What's up guys, and welcome to Verse Vault, where we journey into worlds of epic storytelling. Today we're diving into Stephen King's The Dark Tower series, a saga that has often been described as King's version of Lord of the Rings. This series is King's magnum opus, blending fantasy, sci-fi, horror, and western genres into a tale as grand and complex as Tolkien's classic. It centers around Roland Deschain, the last gunslinger, who's on an unyielding quest to reach the Dark Tower, a mysterious and powerful structure at the heart of all worlds. Personally, I have a special connection to the Dark Tower series. It's a series I truly enjoyed, not just because of its rich, intricate storyline, but for the depth of Roland's character and the way his journey embodies themes of sacrifice, destiny, and the weight of choices. This tower isn't just a destination, it's the nexus of existence, holding the very fabric of all worlds together against forces that seek to tear it apart. Throughout this series, Roland faces daunting challenges and profound sacrifices, drawing together a group of companions that he calls his quartet, each one pulled into his orbit by fate. From his stoic bravery to his relentless pursuit of the tower, Roland's character reveals a sense of fierce loyalty and someone that is deeply flawed. His journey is as much about what he gains and loses along the way, as it is about reaching his elusive goal. In this video, we're unpacking Roland's journey to the Dark Tower, exploring his motivations, his bond with those around him, and the tragic flaws that make him human, but also heroic. Once again, welcome to Verse Vault, and let's explore Stephen King's incredible universe. In the heart of Midworld lies Gilead, the proud and mighty capital of New Canaan, a place like no other. Gilead wasn't just a city, it was a bastion of tradition, order, and honor, upholding the ancient ideals of Arthur Eld, who once united all lands. From Gilead, powerful families ruled, and among them was the Deschain family, directly descended from Eld himself. To be born into this bloodline was to inherit a legacy and a destiny. As if the shadow of the Dark Tower loomed over every birthright, Roland Deschain was born as the only son of Stephen Deschain, Lord of Gilead, and the head of the last line of Eld. From his earliest days, he was groomed to be a gunslinger, the highest honor a man could achieve in Midworld. Gunslingers were more than skilled fighters. They were protectors, peacekeepers, and living symbols of justice. In the line of Eld, the revolvers that Roland carried was forged from the melted metal of Excalibur itself, a powerful reminder of the heritage and ancient magic within each bullet and shot. As a young boy, Roland dreamed of bearing the weighty sandalwood grips of these guns, though he had no idea of the personal toll this honor would demand. Roland's relationship with his parents was as complex as Gilead's history. His father, Stephen, was a stoic and wise figure, embodying the ideals of the gunslinger order, restraint, power, and a relentless sense of duty. Stephen's influence on Roland was one of discipline and honor, encouraging his son to see the world through a lens of responsibility to others, even if it meant sacrificing his own desires. But it was his mother, Gabrielle Deschain, who introduced a far different set of emotions. Gabrielle's relationship with Roland was tender yet tragic. While she loved her son deeply, she harbored secrets of her own, a longing for a life beyond the rigid boundaries of Gilead and its expectations. This led her into a clandestine affair with Martin Broadcloak, a sorcerer aligned with dark forces and the advisor to Stephen. Martin's manipulation of Gabrielle and betrayal of Stephen created deep fractures within the family, pushing Roland to mature faster than any boy should. Martin's presence poisoned Roland's understanding of trust, loyalty, and the vulnerability of love, setting the stage for his lifelong distrust of others, even those he cared for. In Gilead, boys trained from childhood to one day face the test of manhood, where they would prove themselves worthy of the gunslinger's title. Roland's training was overseen by Court, a grizzled and brutal mentor known for his unwavering standards and pushing methods. Under Court's watchful eye, Roland learned not only the art of combat, but the mental discipline and the strategic thinking that defined a true gunslinger. He was drilled in everything from archery to tactics to the high speech, the ancient language of its people that carried power and tradition in its every syllable. Though Court's methods were ruthless, Roland respected him deeply, understanding that this harsh guidance was meant to prepare him for a world of enemies and treachery. At the young age of 14, Roland faced an unexpected twist in his path to manhood. Martin, his father's betrayer and his mother's lover, sought to push Roland into an early confrontation with his mentor, hoping the boy's youth would lead him to fail and ultimately be banished in shame. Fueled by a desire for vengeance against Martin and a burning resolve to claim his birthright, Roland accepted the challenge, knowing the risk of failing this test so young. The test was a brutal ritual, a fight to subdue Court, and traditionally, apprentices chose familiar weapons like a sword or spear, but Roland did something unexpected. He chose his hawk, David, as his weapon. This choice stunned his audience, but it was also a stroke of brilliance. In the midst of the fight, Roland unleashed David on Court, sacrificing the bird to create an opening. David's sharp talons and vicious strikes distracted Court long enough for Roland to deliver a winning blow. When the dust settled, Roland had claimed victory, but his success came with a cost. The loss of David weighed on him, marking the first of many sacrifices he would make in his unrelenting quest for the tower. Earning his guns at a young age made Roland the youngest gunslinger in Gilead's history, but this honor bore a heavy weight. To be a gunslinger was to be bound to a life of solitude, responsibility, and sacrifice. From that moment, Roland was no longer just a boy of Gilead. He was a man committed to his quest that would take him far from his home, his family, and even his humanity at times. In Roland's early journey, we see seeds of his tragic nature, the unyielding sense of duty instilled by his father, the scars of betrayal left by his mother's affair, and the relentless pursuit of justice that became his only guiding light. As he would journey across Midworld in pursuit of the Dark Tower, these early experiences in Gilead would shape his every decision, often forcing him to choose between those he loved and the tower itself. Roland's origins are the foundation of his character, a lone gunslinger from a dying line, shaped by a world that demanded everything and gave nothing in return. His journey from Gilead to the tower would carry with it lessons of his youth, a reminder that Roland's world, greatness and tragedy are forever intertwined. So thanks for joining me today with the origins of Roland Deschain. I'm Kyle, and I hope you enjoyed exploring Roland Deschain's epic origins. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe for more in-depth looks at worlds of literature and fantasy. Your support keeps this journey going. Until next time, keep following the path to the tower.